listener, everybody. I'm Engineer Musa. For today, we're gonna walk you through development of a website. This is a complete course, web design and development. And for today's tutorial, we're gonna introduce you to HTML. So stay blessed, stay tuned. I'll be your instructor. I'll walk you through today's tutorial. Make sure don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have any question. Make sure you hesitate to contact me. I'll be your help. So let's start with that. The scope and coverage. This topic will cover the basic and principle of markup language, the HTML and document structure, the block level and inline element, validating a document. Now, HTML is apartheid markup language. The HTML apartheid markup language, the language used to write a web page. HTML describes the structure of a document. Which part of the document is a heading, paragraph, table, and list, etc., etc. The HTML does not define what a page looks like. For that, as have CSS done that. So let's look at the element. Now you see we have what? H1, which is an open tag. I have the content. I have slash H1, which is what? Closing tag. And HTML documents are made up of what? Number of elements. Okay. And have elements consists of what? Open tag, closing tag. The content will come to HTML tag tells the browser the meaning of what? The content. Now look at now nested element. As you can see, welcome to, you have a nested element and it's closed again. The elements can be placed inside the other element. This is known as nesting. The embedded element EM element is what? Nested inside the H1. The word HTML is a part of the heading and the emphasize. The emphasize element EM element specify the emphasis. Browser often display this italic text. We have empty element like H out the horizontal and also out the break. Some element does not contain any content. They define standard feature on what? On the page. There is no closing tag. The empty element always what? Featured the slash before the closing angle bracket. Multiple attributes. Now look at down the email, it's IMG, a source, a logo, image. Look at the file name and alternative the company name, which is what? Just in case maybe the file or the image is not show, it's able to what? To locate this alternative. Element can feature several attributes. This image element has what? SRC attribute, which is value of what? Logo. Alternative attribute, which is value of what? Company. The attributes and the values. Now look at document structure. Here we see doc type, public. As you can see, the XML version 1.0 also has strict English. As you can see, this is what structure of what? Of a normal HTML. We have the head, title, which is displayed on top of what? Of the page. Have the meta, and you can see the type, and also you can see other things with the version. And within the body now, there you're going to place that here the content that will display to the user. And you can see here, Peter, we have some content here. So always remember, all content you want to display to the user should be placed within the body. There should not be any tag outside the body. That's very important for you to know. And all HTML pages have a basic structure. Key element that must be every page. Document type declaration, as you can see, we have the document type, the title, the heading, okay. And there are many different versions of HTML, include HTML 4.0, HTML 1. Okay, stroke, and HTML5. And have extensive hypertext markup language. It's a rewriting just to conform to rules of XML. It has stricter the syntax than HTML. Okay. Which version of HTML should we use? The module is based on around using XHTML version 1, but however, we're gonna use again what? The export feature of new HTML5. Okay. Then we have what we call root element. Okay, the root element, as you can see, which is what? The HTML. That we start with it. Always start with HTML and end with HTML. That's called the root element. As you can see, it's up here. And we have the title. Title element specify the page title visible on the browser title bar, that is on top of the title bar. In this example, the meta element is used to specify the media type and also character encoded. Okay, use the title bar at the meta type. Okay, as you can see, then I will thin the F and close the F. The body element. The body element enclose the page content. That means whatever it is you want to display to the user, it's being placed within the body element. Okay, as you can see it here, is the body element and some content here. We have text element. These are two categories of text element. Block element for making up large block of content such as heading and paragraph. Inline element for making up individual word or phrases. Okay, there are two types of there we have. Block element heading. We have H1, H2 list of geometric shapes. Okay, these are 6 different levels of heading. We have H1, the top level heading contain what? Site, page, title. H6 is for least important heading, like subsection. Heading should appear in correct order. That is, H3 shouldn't appear above H1. It's very important again to note on. Heading shouldn't be nested inside other heading. The screen reader allows user to navigate by heading. Okay, it's very important again to take note of that. Now H group. Okay, as you can see, we have also what? Element new to HTML5. It allows user to group heading together for heading and sub-heading. It only contains 1, 2, 6. We have again block quote element is used to define quotation. You see, block quote must be contain other element. Side attribute is used to indicate the source of our quote. As you can see, is an example. Physical style tag like font face, banner, size, color. Using this tag is a bad idea. HTML uses to feature many physical style and tag. The tag short as font specific the color, typeface, and size of text. There are two have been self-deprecated. We still work on many browsers, no longer in use. We shouldn't use them in any of our pages. The list. Example on the next slide as an order list and order list. So the element define each word it is list. And we can nested any content we like inside an LL. And order list, we have order list and order list. Just like when you're using an Office package with the bullet, some are with what? With numeric. Example of list, as you can see here, we have the triangle inside the shape, and also have another. These are what? Definition list. Okay. This can be structure a content short as glossary, and also tag define the state and the ending of what the list. While validating web page, check we are using the accessibility support and stand compilation. So let's see how we see example of that. Now try to use open a browser. We're gonna use the tool, going to use the notepad. So let's say we're gonna have it. So let's give example. Okay, so now I'm gonna open a document. We're gonna use, for example, purpose, we're gonna use the notepad. Make sure you have advised to use notepad. So let's have example of this. So we're gonna have example. Now I'm gonna create an empty file. So I'm gonna create an empty file. I'm using normal text. Okay, this for the tool we're going to use, we are going to use the, we have a lot of other tools. I will advise to you to use the notepad. So let's say now we're going to start with the tag. Okay,